There are many kinds of UFO sightings which take place all around the world. Many mysteries which needs to be unraveled. Alien encounters, many mysterious stories, the lost UFO files. But the worst of them all, the most terrible, are the alien abduction cases all around the world. So join me in my today's episode of A Walk to the Tales, where we will be talking about someone who claims to be abducted by aliens. Let's take a look. Betty and Barney Hill were a married couple living in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. On the night of September 19th, 1961, the Hills were driving home from a vacation in Canada. While on US Route 3, traveling through the White Mountains of New Hampshire, they began to see strange lights in the sky. They appeared as shooting stars moving upwards instead of downwards. Betty claims she saw a cluster of multicolored lights pass over the face of the moon. They began to drive slowly down a mountainous pass called the Franconia Notch, and the lights keep moving with them. They are darting around in the sky, following the bends, hovering over the hills. Barney to stop the car and get out for a look. He grabs his gun and his binoculars and sets on getting a good look at the object. He describes a craft that appears to him as a pancake in the sky that is many of dozens feet in length. Through the binoculars, he can see that the craft features windows, and in the windows, he identifies nearly a dozen humanoid creatures that he knows cannot be human. The craft moves until it is directly above them and their car, at which point Barney Hill jumps in and tries to drive away to escape the craft out of fear. Then the couple claims to have blacked out and do not remember driving for over 30 miles before they came to farther down the mountain road. Over 2 years after the incident, the Hills claim that they are still battling with anxiety, trauma, and memory loss surrounding the incident in the mountains. Speaking with some people from the church, they are put in touch with Benjamin Simon, a renowned hypnotist from Boston. In December of 1963, they see Simon and set up a series of hypnosis sessions in order to try and unlock the suppressed memories and lost time from the encounter in 1961. This is where the things started to get weird. Under the hypnosis, the two recount similar stories, the same story they had been telling up until that point, except now there were many more vivid details that they started to spout under hypnosis. They claimed that they were taken aboard the craft, separated and examined. Betty claims the leader spoke to her in English, asked her questions, showed her a map, some books, and more. Barney claims he was poked, prodded, scraped, and thoroughly examined in his room. He says he was placed on a metal table that was too short for his body. The hypnosis revealed a lot of emotional distress and trauma associated with the incident, and the details began to get more and more outlandish than their initial reports 2 years earlier. By the end of it all, the initial report of strange sighting of a craft in the sky around the White Mountains of New Hampshire had evolved into a tale of terror and hysteria. The final tale comes out something like this. Now, in 1963, the details get fleshed out. The two were taken aboard the saucer by small grey men. They are separated and examined. Betty shown kindness and spoken to at length by alien leader. He shows her a specific map of stars from the point of view of their home planet. He even jokes with her. He wants to give her a book to take back home, but the captain is voted down by his crew. They are eventually deposited back to the cars, where they are told they won't remember any of this. Simon even gets Betty to draw the map of stars with lines going between them. This story was the first of its kind, and it forged a new kind of tale that would live alongside the growing obsession with UFOs, the alien abduction. Whatever happened that night in 1961, whether it was a bout of collective psychosis, a combination of sleep deprivation, and a particularly bright night, or an actual encounter with extraterrestrials, it changes the American culture landscape forever. It even changes the tales, and this is where the first alien abduction, the most famous abduction of all time, begins.